Alright guys, I don't know if you can see me or not, but I'm trying to drive. I'm going to hand the phone over to Casey right now so I can drive. Anyway guys, we're going to go pick up a motor that I found on, Facebook Marketplace. And let me look at this real quick. Alright, this motor is a 397-0010-350, supposedly 4-bolt main. Maybe we'll get lucky. This guy's wanting $200 for it. I noticed the marking on the head says 487Xs. That's 75cc heads, which is what's on Darlene. So for $200, and it comes with an engine stand. So for $200, it's not too bad, I don't think. The heads alone are worth that. The engine stand's at least worth $50. So I figured I'm getting a set of heads, if anything, out of it. Now this motor, it'll either go in the white truck or it'll go in blue. So that's an idea there. But right now we're going to Ben Davis, Missouri, 54 minutes away. 54 miles and 54 minutes, a minute per mile. It's a curvy back road to basically the middle of nowhere. It's right outside Mountain Grove, about 10 minutes from there. So we're going to drive up there, pick up this motor. Hopefully, the guy said he can load it, so he's got a tractor I'm expecting. So we threw the tire in the back. We're heading down there. We got Chinese food from Diamond Head, Casey's favorite. So we're going to go up there and pick up this motor, put it in the bed of the truck, stop at the boys, grab the engine hoist, and on the way home, it's probably going to stay back there. Casey's going to drive the truck tomorrow, so she got to be careful. So, what's up, guys? So we're here at MFA here in the local town. Love this place. This is our local gas station. But anyway, what I was filming... Okay, well anyway, what I was filming right now is that we got the block in the back of the truck, stopped by the boys, got the engine hoist, and I was showing... Alright, well anyway, Casey's phone just died, so that's a bust. Anyway, we got this engine hoist from the boys, that engine hoist from the boys, and we have the motor here that we got. Sorry guys, but I'm trying to film with my phone, so this is probably really horrible. But we got this engine stand, cradle thing. Probably going to try to use that. But the motor that we got, me and the boys decoded it. It's a 397010 block, but it is a TYZ block, meaning it is like a 69 to 77. I'm sure some of you guys are probably going to try to correct me. But we found out it's 180 horse, full bolt main, 350. But came with an engine... or for like the carb plate, but we got to kind of snooping around, and I will show you probably later more tomorrow. Alright guys, so it's not tomorrow, it's 9 o'clock at night, and we're getting this motor in. Look at this, getting this motor in. I got it belt wasted. That's the engine cradle that I showed you guys. So it rolls great on concrete. It rolls great at his house, but it's on pea gravel. But we got it on the garage, or in the garage, on the cradle, in the garage. Alright, so I got Zach on the phone. We couldn't wait to tear this motor down, so we're going to go ahead and do it tonight. I already got the valve cover off. It doesn't have 487Xs like I thought, sadly. It's got 882s. The lifter valley is relatively very clean. It's full of training fluid, so they didn't want it to rust. But we're going to pop this head off, and we're going to check the piston real quick. And honestly, I probably won't tear it into it any further than that. Probably take the water pump off and the harmonic balancer to see if it's got a dual timing chain or a gear drive or something like that in it. That's probably as far as this motor is going to get tore down. So I really don't want to go no further than this, taking the heads off. Because... actually, I really don't even want to take the heads off because the rockers are, yeah. So, well, we're going to take the heads off. All right, you can stop it. All right, guys, so I ain't got a lot of time left for filming, but we're about to check and see whether or not this is a standard bore 350. All right, I got it up there, and it comes back as a 3. Oh, hang on a minute. I think the last thing you saw was that we went and got this. Well, that was kind of like out of nowhere. We was kind of, well, I was just kind of scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and $200, whole motor, $200. I mean, no. The reason why I bought it because it said it's a 010020 high nickel high tin block for $200, and it came with everything plus a carb plate and this cool little engine stand that you guys seen. So me and Casey went up there and picked it up that night. We was gonna eat some Diamond Head, but instead we went through the drive-thru, and what do you know? We went up there and got that. And on the way back, we stopped at the boys and got the engine hoist, as you guys seen. So, stay with us. Also, well, stay with us for content on that. Anyway, also guys, we came up with a new idea. Casey came up with it out of nowhere because trying to keep up with my projects, trying to keep up that way I actually do get content done and actually get stuff done that I need to get done as project-wise. I know I want to get axles for Darlene. I know I need to get the mommy ride finished. Actually, we just had a little mishap with it. A caliper bracket bolt backed out. The caliper was coming back, slapping the wheel. I actually just took the wheel off, took the caliper off, took the caliper bracket off, and took the bolt out. We're going to go back down to Ace Hardware and get a bolt and some Loctite tomorrow and get that fixed. I ain't going to film any bit of that because that's just a bolt. Everybody's probably went through this problem with a cat eye or blob eye 99 to 07 plus truck. It's happened to me on every single truck I've had, and I've had to do brake work on every single truck of that year. So it seems to be a common problem. Taco's had the same problem. My cousins had the same problem. Everybody I know that's had that year of truck has had this problem. So anyway, Casey's came up with this idea, a way to keep up with our project. She just wrote this down for an example because I need to cut down this driver's side rocker right there because it sticks out way further than what it's supposed to. It does not match the passenger side. I don't know why the rocker came that way, but that is how it came. So I have to cut it down to match the passenger side for the door to be able to go on the driver's side. Now, the plan is that mommy ride will probably be at the top of the list. The you can't. And then probably axles will be somewhere in the top of the tier of that list for Darlene. And then the S10 will follow along. But we're trying to find a place to hang it up on the walls. As you see, our walls are extremely crowded. So once again, I'm going to have to go through doing a shop clean, get everything knocked out that I don't need in here no more, and either throw it away, burn it, give it away. Somebody that wants it, they can have it, or it's going to storage. So just giving you guys a quick little update on that Casey has came up with this idea so I can keep up with my projects, and that will stay up here. And as we go, we will either erase it, scribble it out, or check it off, or whatever. We have not came up with an idea for that yet, so I'm sure that will be coming soon. As for the S10, I talked to Zach. I will be getting a set of motor mounts and headers for the 305 to go into the S10. So as I am speaking of that right now, I guess I should give you guys a run up on what is done to the 305. So this motor is just your basic 85C10 motor. It is a 140-10201 305. It's your low output. It's not your high output 305. It's literally just your 85C10 305. It is nothing special. Now, I have changed up a little bit of stuff. I have put a dual timing chain gears on it. The timing chain is underneath the intake. See, now I can't get my belt, or now I can't get this back on. There. I just had it sitting on there for now, guys, because I ain't got it sealed up completely. Now you guys are probably wondering, 85 did not have these valve covers. You are correct. This 85 305 came with these heads over here. They are 601s, and they are, I think, like 53 cc or something like that. They're not very big. They'd be great probably on a 350 to make it a high compression motor. but I had a set of the 64cc heads to waken up this 305 just a little bit more. They are they're an aftermarket 193. They had the swirl port deleted. These are actually the heads I put on Darlene the first time I built her motor. And honestly, these are just a torque platform head. They're dual valve spring. They're actually kind of gross for the little bit that I actually ran them, because they wasn't on the truck for very long. But they're a dual valve spring. They're actually really gross. Holy cow. Anyway, dual valve spring, basically set up just like a TBI head. There's nothing different really much, except for the swirl port is not there. Then I'm running this Edelbrock Performer intake, and it will just have a little 625 Demon, or it will have an Edelbrock on it. As of cam, it's just got a Summit K1102. So basically, it's your basic 305. I mean, it's nothing special. It'll get a good RPM. It'll have plenty of low end torque. It should. And it should run out pretty well. It will flow better than it did before, but it will possibly, it'll run probably to 5,500 RPMs, maybe down to 5,000. I'm calling about 5,000 safely because, I mean, I don't want to blow this motor up. Plus, it's not going to be a racing motor. It's going to be going in the S10 for a cruiser. We do have to decide on a color. We were thinking about the green. We painted the whole motor green. We was going to use those heads at the time, so we painted those green. We painted the whole motor green. And it was going to be like a green and gray. And then I was like, well, I don't know what color I'm going to paint the truck now. And then I was like, well, I'm going to paint it gray. And then it's like, well, then I was going to paint it tan. And then I was like, well, I could paint my motor tan and gray and then paint the truck gray with tan interior. And I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know what the plan is. And then I was like, well, I want to Pro Tour the truck. So now I got a 305 that's going to be a little torquey, but I don't know what color it needs to be. So basically, once I get the motor mounts and everything and the headers from Zach, it will be ready to go into the S10. Meaning Blue's motor and transmission will need to come out. I will need to get the full gasket set for that to put it completely together and seal it up, and put Blue's transmission on the back of the 305. And then at that point, it will be ready to go in the S10. And you guys are probably wondering the reason why I bought that. Well, a few videos ago, you guys probably remember me talking about needing to buy a motor for Blue because something like go inside of her. Well, that might be a good maybe motor to go in. Then again, it may not. But I'm going to quit rambling on because I'm really bad at this. It is going on 9 minutes now into a video, and I've done nothing but rambling on. Here's Casey. But I've done nothing but ramble on, so today we're going to be tearing down the 305 and, well, the 305 for the S10. Anyway, and we're going to be putting it back together completely sealed up. I got the head gasket set for the 305. And let me tell you, it is a pain in the butt to find the head gasket set for this motor because it's only, what, 77 to 80? Yeah. Or, no, it's like 75 to 77 or something like that. It's like a 3-year gasket set only for this motor. I just don't understand it. But we're going to get this motor completely tore down. We're going to take the intake off, the heads off. None of it's bolted on. It's literally just sitting on there to keep this motor somewhat sealed up as much as possible, even though it's not sealed up at all, because I've been having to turn it over to keep cylinder walls from rusting more. Like I said, it's not bolted on. It just pops right off. I'm just going to start setting this stuff on the floor because I plan on trying to get this motor put together as much as possible. The only thing that's probably not going to go on is the valve covers and intake, and then I'm going to try to, well, what color was we going to paint this motor? We was going to paint that brown, right? Yep. Alright. This motor is going to go the same color as Zach's 010350 was, because I have a little bit of that leftover paint, and I really ain't got time. Well, I do have time, it's just I don't feel like wasting more money on more spray paint that's just going to flake off of a motor And like I said, the truck is not going to be a show truck. I mean, it is going to be a truck that I'm going to take to shows and probably have a little bit of fun with, but it's not going to be completely, you know, like this truck or Darlene, where I had to put a lot of effort into cleaning it up and stuff. Set this stuff down, man. Take Valley. Just like that. I don't even know why this is over here.
What's over here?
The Yukon door.
Sit on that. You probably just broke that.
And take off. Yup, still clean. They still got cam. Got a bunch of cam jelly in there. Cam braking oil. There's my dual timing chain. This is the one that Dad gave me. And yeah, I need to get the little degree thingy, the jigger for the cam gear. I can't even remember what that's called. The timing tab, I don't even remember what that's called. I also, to get this timing set in, well, the dual timing chain in, I gotta find that on JTB'Z or Summit and order it. I think it was like $14 for it. It's not too much to be able to get the dual timing set on. So that's going to be one thing that holds me back probably another week, to be honest with you. But I am going to go ahead and get this tore down, get the head gaskets put on, get the oil pan put in. Well, no, I can't even do the oil pan until I get that, because you got to put the timing chain on, or the timing chain cover on, and then put the oil pan on. So near that, I go back to a single non-dual timing chain. But as much as this motor is going to be beat on, I'd rather have a dual timing chain on it. It's a little bit beefier, I guess. I mean, that's what they say. So we're going to get this all tore down and basically just start pulling these out like this. And I'm not even going to take the bolts out because they're just sitting in there. Just lift up the head, take it off, and start putting it back together. Alright, so basically just start taking push rods out, start popping them out. Oh, these are sticky.
Do you have a cup and I'll pull them out?
Huh?
Do you have a cup?
Nope. I got a little drippy oil coming out. Well, we ain't got a cup. Hang on, guys. Well, it's not a cup, but it's a towel. I can roll them up in that. Keep them from... Well, the towel's just falling apart, so we're just going to get a bunch of yellow stuff all over our push rods. That's okay, guys. I ain't worried about it. I can clean them up afterwards. I don't even know what these push rods went to. I think they went to this motor. No, they didn't. This motor had a solid cam in it.
I mean, we could have took Darlene's extra lift part and put them in the holes.
Nah. Alright, so I'm going to roll these up. Set these down here with the intake with all the moisture.
Maybe you could.
And you take the head. Did I take this one down?
I'm pretty sure, I don't know.
I'll take a few bolts. Sure did.
Babe,
What?
you melted the broomstick to the thing.
It'll be alright.
Ew. Ew. That one's not melted.
Alright guys, so I got one head off the 305. It's actually a lot dirtier than I remember. It's getting a little bit of rust on it from sitting in here. It's getting a little bit of surface rust inside the cylinder walls actually. They're still cross-hatching in this motor. This motor, if you guys remember me talking and saying, this motor has less than 100,000 miles. So, or I think it was like right at 100,000 miles. So, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the motor tore down and start pulling. Well, no, the lifters don't have to come back out because I'm not taking the cam back out. So basically, I just got to get all this surface cleaned up, surface on the head cleaned up, and get everything cleaned up. Now, yeah, pretty much that is it. I just got to get everything cleaned up and get it regasketed back together. So, all right, now that you got your block all cleaned up and your pistons wire wheeled for no damn reason, you put your head gaskets on. You always look for, some of these say it, some of these don't. This one might not say it. Actually, I'm probably looking at the wrong side. Nope. Well, I don't know what side goes up and which side goes down because it don't tell me. So I'm just going to flop it on there. Like so. Oh, maybe not. Oh. That ain't how it goes. No, I'm just kidding. I knew how it went on there. It went on there just like that, maybe. Oh, dropping gaskets. Oh, stepping on them now. All right. So, basically, guys, this is your standard bore 305. It is a 201. Like, this came out of a 75 Chevy. Actually, the people that I bought this off of. Oh, I guess you guys don't want to look down in there. Actually, the people I bought this motor off of have a YouTube channel. Does it matter which side this goes on? Because I really don't go that far over on this side. I don't think it makes much of a difference. It's the same thing on both sides. Yeah, same way on both sides. Well then. Cool. We got an extra water port that doesn't exist. It goes to the intake. That's new. Something really weird. That little hole there comes into the intake. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure that goes to my water coolant. Not 100% sure on that, but if it goes underneath the intake, I'm pretty sure that will fill this motor full of coolant. That don't make a bit of sense to me. So, I don't know if that is right. I don't know if that is true or not, but we're going to go ahead and throw this motor together and just see what happens, I guess. But I'm 90% sure that would cause water, well, coolant, to go inside this motor. Because I'm pretty sure that's a coolant passage. I'm actually going to go on old Google and look this up. Alright, so after me looking like an idiot, I found out what it is. That is actually like where the oil transfers back into the oil pan through the head. I'm guessing. That's what I've seen on Facebook. I mean, it goes right through there. So, I'm being dumb. It goes right through there. So, it's where it drains from the head down into the... Okay. Enough of being stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to clean the top of the intake runner off the intake, or off the head. I'm just going to quit and I'm going to get it done, okay? It had me a little bit in a panic mode because I thought I was just giving the wrong head gaskets, even though I know they are the right head gaskets, because I specifically looked up this code to get these head gaskets. So, I'm just going to shut up and get this done. Alright, so after you dump all your bolts out on the floor and do some really sketchy cleaning of heads with the DA sander, this 100,000 mile 305 should love me now. What? It's true. Anyway, so I got the heads on. The bolts are not in yet. I had Casey run down to the house. I had her put my jacket on, being that, you know, it's like below freezing outside and I'm a puss to go outside. So I had my girlfriend go for me.
Yeah, you ain't gonna let me get you. You're a child.
Anyway, so I had her run down and get some gookie stuff. And by gookie stuff, I mean some thread sealant for my head bolts. Really don't know if you're supposed to use thread sealant on head bolts, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'm putting some thread sealant on some head bolts. I mean, we've done it before on a motor. So we did on the Mud Blazer on JTB'Z. So I think we even put some on spark plugs. So we're gonna go ahead and get this knocked out real quick. Get all these bolts all gooked up. So might not get it on there, who knows? Alright, so I'm just gonna set this here in the head right there. Alright guys, so after getting the heads on, you want to go through the small block Chevy torque sequence on the heads, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you do your centers, do your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you work your way out. And I didn't know that. I don't know it by heart. I know it because, you know, GTSparkplugs.com. That's why I know that. So basically, you go through here, 25 foot-pounds to start with, and you know, I got a cheap torque wrench, so sometimes it pops, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to kind of guesstimate. So I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for that in the comments if anybody comments on it. Sometimes it pops, sometimes it doesn't. The boys knows how that is. So basically, I'm going to get this head torqued down, and then I got to jump over to that side and get the bolts put in with the silicone stuff. So I will catch up with you guys when I start on that side of the head. On that side, I'm going to get this knocked out, go through all the way to 60 foot-pounds of torque. You go 25, 45, then 65, and you have to follow the same sequence every time. So I will catch up with you guys when I get to that head. Alright guys, so after finishing up torquing that head, I am finishing up torquing this head now. I'm going off of 10 right now, going down to 11 in a second. Right now I'm doing the 45 foot-pounds, so I still gotta do the 60. And then I'll put the push rods and I'll put the rockers back on. Surprisingly, it's been popping every time now. I think it just needed to be used. I think that was the problem. I think it just needed to be used. Just like that, I got them all torqued down. So the heads are fully on with the new, I did get the new head gasket in there, right? Yeah. Alright, new head gasket is in there. Both heads are fully torqued down. And these are not old bolts, these are actually new bolts. I think I said that already. They actually came from Darlene's first time I put her back together the first time. So yes, they do have a torque sequence on them, but it should be perfectly fine. See, the new head gasket is in there. So next, I am going to be getting the rockers put on, and the push. Well, I'm going to put the push rods in first, and then put the rockers on. This motor is not going to be anything fancy. Whoops. Anyway, this motor ain't going to be anything fancy. I mean, it's got a cam, it's got dual timing chain, it's got a set of heads. I mean, that's about it. It's nothing too fancy on a 305. Basically, to get a little bit higher RPM, and I mean, it's going to be getting a little bit of heat, so I need these heads to be able to retain some heat, because these heads retain heat pretty good. So basically, I'm going to get it rest of the way together. I think I could do push rods, rockers, intake. Like I said, I'm going to have to wait on putting the timing chain cover and doing the oil pan till that comes in, so I can put the dual timing chain on. Other than that, I can go ahead and do the intake, rockers, and push rods. I can't put, well, I can go ahead and set the valve covers back down on there, but I cannot lash the rockers yet till after I get the Yukon. So after I get that put in and get the timing chain put on, and then I'll be able to somewhat lash the rockers, I guess you could say. You know, you see me just turn the cam. Messing up what timing was not there. So anyway, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get the intake gasket set on. What am I doing? I'm going to go ahead and get the push rods put in. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, guys. So those push rods that we pulled out and rolled up, I'm just going to stuff in there. I don't think it really makes a difference. Yeah, I can blow through them. So stuff them down in there. Don't know what these, which, you know, road these came off of. Just gonna stick them down in there. Push rod's a push rod. As long as they don't bend, that's okay. I think these are actually too much of an overkill push rod for this motor. I actually know what push rods these came out of now after I think about it. This came out of Darlene's first motor. That's what push rods these came out of. This came out of Darlene's motor when we first tore it apart. So, yeah, see, there's that yellow fuzz. Yellow fuzz. Get off! Look what you did! See, your little idea you came up with. Yep, still pushy. Still squishy lifters. Cool. Let's just start this up and just make all kinds of racket with it. Did not see that. That was just me dropping a push rod. That's probably not healthy for it. It probably, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. We'll find out when, you know, it's wrapping 4,500 RPMs on the maximum strength of this little motor's live, 4,500 RPMs. We ain't got none of that big boy shit yet. Not on this yet. I'll wipe that off. Alright, so I gotta find the rockers. So I'll get back with you when I find the rockers. Alright guys, so I ran into a little bit of mishap with the 305. Well, I got her painted, at least. She's pretty now. But I ran into a little bit of a mishap with the 305. I don't know why I put these on here so I can show them. Well, I'll actually have to take these off. Anyway, I got all the rockers on. I got them all somewhat not adjusted because I have to get a cam timing bushing for the dual timing chain. That is what's holding us up right now, is the dual timing chain, advanced and retardation for the cam timing. That is literally the only thing that's holding us back from getting this motor together and hearing it run. I got the heads torqued down. The head gasket is in. Heads torqued down. Rockers are all set on. Only thing is left to put the timing chain on, lash the rockers, and put the intake actually bolted in with new gaskets. So that is where we're at right now. So when you guys, I'll just edit this part out. So that's what we're waiting on right now. So when you guys see the rest of this, it'll probably be like a week later. So there it is. The 201305. It's going to make a whole whopping 200 horsepowers for the S10. And that is coming soon.